Thank you for coming in to join us this morning. It's the new legal with my man, the General.
Yep.
You could have been anywhere in the world. You decided to come out here this morning and come to this show. And we're appreciating that. We really appreciate all the viewers we've been getting, all the support we've been getting. And we just know we different. And because we different, you can't be the same. And we have come to an agreement, me and the General, that it's okay to be different. It's okay to be who we are. It's okay to remain the way we are. We're Xbox fans. We love being Xbox fans. We feel like Xbox gives us everything we need as gamers. We have too many games to experience to feel like we need to go anywhere. We are who we are. We're going to be who we're going to be. And we know that because we're different, those that take up their time out of their lives to come here to this show that's basically an Xbox community show, we welcome all real gamers as well. But we stand on the basis of the Xbox community. And with that, it's hard to fit in when you stand out. Salute to my man, the General. Welcome, everybody. This is Di-RRec Gaming. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, first, second, third, fourth, fifth cousins, brothers and sisters, your pets, your nations, everybody in the world, thank you once again for tuning in with us. We got some subjects we're going to talk about this morning. And with that, I'm handing the mic over to my man, the General. How you living, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Xbox loyalists, Xbox fans, Xbox fanboys, whatever. I need you to wake up. I need you to get up, get your breakfast, sausage, egg, and cheese, get your vegan wrap. I don't care if you're playing games all night, you got crust in your eye, whatever you're trying to do. I need you to pay attention. We're going to have a serious conversation about what is next gen, because I think that people still think that next gen means the visuals and next gen means the bang for your buck. Next gen is really how we do things. Next gen is how we receive games, distribute games. The industry is changing, ladies and gentlemen. The industry is changing. Even though we have two companies that refuse to change, we have our company who's looking to be innovative, a trailblazer, and set a new path for gaming as an industry. And that's what's going on. So what I want to talk to you about is exclusive power, right? There's a game called The Gunk, right? Done by Image Informs. The company's called Image Informs. There are people that worked on the game called Steam World. Yeah, it was a Steam World. And they had this idea for this game. And they were going to bring it to all platforms, but they decided that they needed a lot of power to do all the physics and to do all the new game mechanics and this world that they wanted to build. So they got in touch with Microsoft about this hardware that they were hearing about. That hardware, now, is Xbox Series X, right? And of course, back then, code name was Anaconda. So basically, they went to Microsoft. Microsoft loved the idea, and the game you saw with the little black girl or the black person on the planet, she had the gadget arm and she had the earpiece, and she's up there like touching something that looks like a symbiote or some type of alien black goo or something like that. That game is exclusive to Xbox. That game will come out next year, 2021, and it will be day and date in Game Pass. The Medium, done by Blooper. Blooper, they had an idea for this horror game, but they did not want them to take any shortcut. They wanted to use all the power so that they can keep the experience that they wanted. That game is exclusive to Xbox. But I believe that game, I think if I'm right, it's exclusive to Xbox Series X because of the power that is needed to run that game, right? And that game is going to be day and date with Game Pass. You have to understand that how we do things now it's next gen. I know we're so used to all the visuals and all look at the colors and oh my God, it's gonna make my TV bleed. Look, let's keep it real, ladies and gentlemen, right? We all have great HD TVs, we all have gaming monitors, whatever you have, right? You had an Xbox One X, if you own one, right? That's a very powerful machine. It does incredible. I mean, I was just playing Forza Horizon 4. It looks incredible on my TV, right? Just it looks incredible. When you play other games, Xbox One X is a very powerful graphical machine, and honestly, it's a graphical showcase for most of the games that we play. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you know, whether it was Watch Dogs 2, especially Gears 5. I cannot forget Gears 5. Gears 5 showed truly next gen. 4K 60 HDR, yo, absolutely mind blowing. But you got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, when you see something, they say, you know, by the trained eye, it's going to take a lot to impress us. It is. It's going to take a lot to impress us. And to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, that's not going to come at launch. It's not. It's going to come 2-3 years down the road when you see Fable, when you see Forza Motorsport, when you see Hellblade, right? These other games that we're looking forward to. But that stuff is going to be on Unreal Engine 5. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing coming on any platform this launch coming on Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 5 will not be ready to be able to use until 2021. If I'm right, January or February. So that's what these games are going to be built on, where you're going to see these next gen visuals and these things that you want to believe. But what you have to understand is that next gen is Game Pass. How you receive games, how you buying games. Because of Game Pass, you might not have to buy as many games as you used to, right? So let's keep it real. If it became launch day and you got a Series X and you wanted to buy 4 games, and those games are $60 or $70 a pop, it's basically like buying another console. Would you agree, New Legal?
I agree, brother.
Okay, so with Game Pass, $15 a month, or what I do, $128 for the year, you know, at least $128 or $125 for the year, right? All these games are going to be in your Game Pass, right? They're not going nowhere as far as the first party I'm talking about. Now you got your deals as far as, you know what I'm saying, you got your deals, right? As far as your third party, and they stay in there and stuff like that. So Microsoft, they're smart, right? Because right now there's a game called Crosscode. It's a Japanese role-playing game or something like that, in the veins of Chrono Trigger or something like that. Right now, that game is being played more on Game Pass than PS4 and Switch combined. You don't believe me? You can look it up online. There's an article that just came out about it. When you have Game Pass, it's easier for your friends to play with you. It's easier for people to have multiplayer because now they don't have to buy the game. They can just subscribe. This is the game changer. This is why you have to go back and forth as Xbox fans with Sony fanboys or whatever you want to call it, because they can't understand that there's no need for that model to keep buying $60 games. There's no need for it now, because Microsoft understands that gaming now is a platform. When you look at Halo Infinite, it's a platform now. It's a platform. There will not be no, and I already did my homework. There won't be a Halo Infinite 2. There won't be a Halo Infinite 3. It's just going to be Halo Infinite for the next 10 years. That's it. And they're going to have you go to different Halo rings, different adventures. They're going to take the stories from the books and the novels and comic books. They're going to all bring it to life within this world. Different weapons, different adventures with different Spartans, probably new stories, continue with Master Chief. You might have new single player DLC where you play as Cortana. They're going to really explore the Halo universe the way you always wanted to, right? So we have to understand, when you see Forza Motorsport, that's it. It's going to be Forza Motorsport, and they're just going to build that racing world. They're going to pump new cars, pump new tracks. They're going to pump new challenges, pump new races. They're going to do all that. Microsoft sees past the sequels. They don't feel it's need for sequels anymore because it's in Game Pass. And if you are subscribed to Game Pass, your game is always going to be in Game Pass. So all they have to do is upload new stuff. That's what it is. That's what part of the cloud is. And now with the X cloud coming, which means that when you're playing Halo Infinite at home, and like me, you got to get up and go to work the next day. That means before my day really gets busy, I can actually play Halo Infinite or continue where I left off the night before at my desk, right? For like maybe a half hour, 15 minutes, just messing around before I really got to get into my shift. But I'll be able to get the same console quality on my phone. So that's next gen. We've never had that before, ladies and gentlemen. Now you can say, oh, there's the Game Boy. Oh, you know what I'm saying? There's the Switch and everything and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's not like this. The power from your Series X or your Xbox is because of the database. Now understand, Microsoft spent billions on databases, right? That around the world so that they could run xCloud. And so let me just keep it real with you. What you're seeing from that conference and what you're seeing from Phil Spencer when he talks about diversity, and this is the best place to play games, Microsoft is going to become the Amazon of the gaming industry. Really open your eyes. Amazon sells everything, right? Amazon sells everything. Clothes, they sell games, they sell headphones, they sell everything. So Microsoft, when it comes to games, they want Game Pass to sell everything. They want you playing something. They want your little sister playing something. They want your grandfather and grandma playing something. That's why you saw Tetris. And I know people was like, yo, why is Tetris, you know what I mean, at this conference? I hear the little feedback. But yo, Tetris is a great game. And it's also a family game. And you're going to get games for children. You're going to get hardcore games for you. You're going to get, these episodic narratives and, intimate experiences that tell deeper stories and more adult content. You're going to get racers, shooters, adventure. You're going to get everything you want in Game Pass. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I talk to my Xbox fan base and I consider y'all family, what's next gen is not the box. What's next gen is Game Pass. We never had a video game subscription. I mean, of course, we used to go back in the day, you know what I mean? And you beg your mother to rent you something from Blockbuster. That's about as good as it got. But man, now it's like when you wake up, your Game Pass, new games are dropping. Like this Thursday, I can't wait for Yakuza Kiwami 2. You know what I mean? I'm going to go in on that because I beat the first two. I love Yakuza. But Game Pass put me on the Yakuza. Game Pass did that. You know what I'm saying? So, and even Game Pass, right? With a stubborn gamer like me, Game Pass got me playing more Japanese games now, which I wasn't before. So that's the point of what Microsoft is doing. And next gen is Game Pass. How you get games is Game Pass. And understand, ladies and gentlemen, you saw 22 games at that conference. All of them is going to be in Game Pass. All of them for $15 a month. On top of that, starting September, you're going to get xCloud free with the Game Pass Ultimate service. Ladies and gentlemen, that's next gen. Doing stuff we've never had before, walking new grounds, breaking new rules, tearing down the walls. And what we're going through is the old guard is screaming, no! You hear him on the podcasts. You see him on the mansion. You see him, Sean Riley. You see him, Gene Newstrom. You see him, David. You know what I'm saying? David, Bond. You see him everywhere. They're fighting with you. Oh, Xbox trash or this and that. Because the old guard likes the Japanese way. I'm sorry. That way was 1995. That way was 1998. That way was 2000. It is 20 years later. And thank God, Phil Spencer came up with an idea, not just for Game Pass, but backwards compatibility, because Phil Spencer and Microsoft are innovators. They're innovators. That's why they get so much backlash. That's why people can't accept what they're doing, because gamers don't like change. This industry don't like change. They don't want to change. You see Nintendo don't want to change. You see that. And I'm not getting on Nintendo, but let's just keep it real. They are the forefathers of this industry, right? If you didn't know, Atari built this industry, and Atari crashed, right? They crashed in 1982. They crashed. The industry crashed because people got sick of the games and the high overprices and everything. I mean, the joke is AT game crashed, you know what I'm saying, the video game industry. But it was Nintendo, who was a toy company with the Super Famicom or with the Famicom, which is in Japan, right? So now they bring it to America, the Nintendo Entertainment System. They rebirthed the video game industry. And they have literally built this industry. So there are people that grew up with Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. These are all Japan products. Sega, these are all Japan built this business. So when you take a company like Microsoft, that's America, trying to make some changes, you're going to get backlash. You're going to get hate. You really are. Because Microsoft see things in a different way. People say, oh, Microsoft, they only doing this because they're not dominating like the 360. If they was beating PlayStation, there wouldn't be a Game Pass. No, there would be a Game Pass. Because Microsoft thinking about gaming legacy. And if you're an Xbox fan, keep it real. The only place you can play all the Splinter Cells on your console is Xbox. The only place you can play all your Gears of War backwards compatible with upgrade enhancements, may I say, is Xbox. You can't get that nowhere else. You can't. You can't get that nowhere else. If you go buy Grand Theft Auto San Andreas right now, which I did, it looks better on Xbox One X than any other system. Any other system, it looks muddy and blurry because they're using PS2 assets. Even though they raised it to 1080p, it's still PS2 assets. So what I just want to let you understand is that next gen is how we do things. Next gen is how we do things. The Elite controller is next gen. The adaptive controller for kids who are handicapped and people who have, different, deficiencies and issues so they can still game. That's next gen. We've never had that before. Now, next gen is graphics. It is. It is graphics. We all want to be wild and we all want to be amazed. But ladies and gentlemen, understand, we are in a pandemic. These developers are not in cubicles. They're not in studios. So everything's going to have to come piece by piece. Maybe they wanted to show off Hellblade this year. Maybe it's not ready. And you've seen the reaction that Halo got. And Halo looks fantastic when I watch it. It looks fantastic. But it's going to look even better when you get it launch day. Right? People are not thinking. That Halo you saw at that conference was a 4-month-old build. 4-month-old build. Can you imagine what it looks like now? And I'm sure they're going to show it off again. You know what I mean? But I find it funny that, and New Legal can agree with me, I remember the first time they showed Killzone for the PS3, right? I'm making a very valid point here. All these CGI, all this engine stuff. Oh my gosh, this is the PS3 graphics. Oh, look at this. And when you got the game on the PS3, because I had one, it didn't look nothing near that quality. This is the smoke and mirrors we're talking about. When they showed you Infamous Second Son at E3, I forgot what year, it looked amazing. But when you got the game and purchased it, it didn't look nothing like that. It was a downgrade. So what they did at the conference, ladies and gentlemen, they showed the demo. They showed a demo that's working. They wanted to share with you what Halo Infinite was because we were excited to find out what the next Halo is. They showed you. They showed you the Master Chief, him in action. They did their job. It's not the final build. You don't got to argue with these idiots no more. You don't got to go into the mansion and defend these cats no more, defend Halo. Because when Halo come out, it's going to be 4K, 60 frames per second, with ray tracing. It's going to look insane. And mind you, ladies and gentlemen, the board that you saw in that demo at that conference the other day, that's a board that comes later in the game. That's not even how the game starts. So I just want you to understand what next gen is. Yes, it's visuals. Yes, it's graphics. Yes, it's more power. But ladies and gentlemen, really think about it. How we do things next gen, we've never done them before. We just never done them before. And now you got developers that you're going to start seeing. There's a lot of games coming out for Xbox that won't be on nobody else's platform because that platform doesn't have the power. It does not have the power. And you wonder why out of nowhere, right? To my Xbox fans, why Spider-Man PS5 Morales has a 4K 60 frames performance mode. Performance mode, it's optional. So that means that when you go into the performance mode, it's going to go 60 frames. It may bounce from 55 to 60, right? You're going to have to take the 4K and the neon lights and all the ray tracing. So it's going to be somewhere in the 2K range. But Spider-Man, he'll fight more fluidly and he'll swing more fluidly. But you're taking away something to gain something. You're not doing that in Halo. You're not doing that in Fable. You're not doing that in any game on Xbox Series X. You know, I'm talking about Series X because that's the next gen console. You're keeping all that. You're getting 60 frames locked. When you get that right now, they're working on Gears 5, man. Gears 5 is going to be 120 frames per second multiplayer. That's insane with the 4K. So I just wanted to sit down with you, ladies and gentlemen, and make you understand that next gen is how we do things. And that, yeah, it is the box. It's more power. And it is Microsoft's job to show us, well, it's 12 teraflops. I want to see 12 teraflops. I mean, look, man, we probably won't see that for 2 years. We might. Until we get the Unreal Engine 5 and we get these games built from the ground up for the Series X. That's when we really going to see. But we went through the same thing with Xbox One. We went through the same thing with Xbox One X. You got to give developers time. And unfortunately, man, this pandemic has crippled businesses. It's crippled how you do things. Everybody trying to figure out how to work from home. Stuff. So many games are getting delayed. If you just go online, so many games are getting delayed because they can't get the assets or they can't get to motion capture. Remember, it's about social distancing. They can't even get in the, you know how they do the conductor for the music? You can't even have that many musicians because of the coronavirus. You got to understand, and I'm not making an excuse, I'm just keeping it honest. This pandemic is crippling everything. There's no PAX, there's no E3, there's no Comic-Con, there's no invention, no conventions. It's a different world right now. So all I'm saying is, let's cut these developers some slack. They showed a whole hour and 15 minutes of great games, something for everybody. I'm sure they wanted to add more stuff. But next gen is how we do things. And I want you as our audience for direct gaming to really understand that. Because the other side they don't want to understand that. But next gen is about how we do things as gamers. Yes, it's the box. I will reiterate that. But how we do things as gamers, yo, it's next gen.
Yeah, man. That's fabulous, bro. You know, the way I look at it, as a kid that was growing up in a gaming household, man, and y'all know the story. I don't have to, repeat that.
Yeah.
But memories that I have, man, playing with my father, my mother, my sister, man, are timeless memories. And then when I hear somebody like Phil Spencer holding a game like Voodoo Vince, there's no way you don't understand what he's talking about when he says, the one that sticks out to me is me playing that game and beating that game because his daughters, and I could picture this, right? When you have daughters, man, it's different. I got daughters, 2 of them. Yep. And as a father, man, you get them on your lap, you hold them, you embrace them, you love them. So when he was saying his memory of playing Voodoo Vince with his daughters, the image that came into my mind was seeing Phil Spencer with the controller in his hand with his daughters on both his legs, man, and he's got them right there and he's playing that game with his daughters. That's the image in my mind. I could have been wrong, but knowing that I've come from that, I could understand it. It was relative to me. Sneaking off to the arcades was something I used to do. I used to hate the fact that I couldn't get to them. And as I got older, when I became a teenager, I told my mom, I used to steal 2 dimes and a nickel because there was a time when arcades, you just didn't put the quarter in there. You had to put 2 dimes and a nickel. And you know what was beautiful about that was if you scurried the streets hard enough, you could always find 2 dimes and a nickel. It's hard to find a quarter, man. Nobody's dropping quarters, you know?
Hey, bro, I've done it. I took a file from my mama on the low. I ain't proud of it, but I wanted to play. I wanted to play Shinobi. I wanted to play Rolling Thunder. You know what I mean? I wanted to play Turbo Outrun. Like, that was for real.
It was for real, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something else, man, that I did. There was a time where you could literally collect cans off the streets, off in the back alleys, and put them in a plastic bag and go to the recycling bin and get change from it.
Preach.
I would literally, as a kid, scurry through the alleyways, man, scurry through the side streets, because you know we come up in a different era. Yeah, mind you, we as kids we played outside, man, and we made our own clubhouses, we made our own little ventures and all kinds of
everywhere. Rode our bikes everywhere.
We rode our bikes everywhere. And when you couldn't get your friend, you created pegs. Hey man, the pegs were the things where your friends could hold their feet on while you trailed them around, you know?
Exactly.
And you know, it gets to the point where it was all about community anyway. So the beautiful thing within the community was the gaming community. Yeah. And the gaming community was that place, man, like comic books. It gave me, but the beautifulness about it was that I was actually going somewhere that I could actually go in real time. Not like a comic book where I had to read in the book and get into that world. This is my world, even though it's not in my reality. You know, video games are right there in front of our faces. We actually control the experience. But yet the experience that we're having isn't a reality. And that's the beauty of gaming, right? Yeah. It's a video game. So, you know, throughout the eras, man, when you've been gaming for a while, you see the things that everybody has tried to do. Now in this pandemic, it's kind of, to a real gamer like me, man, I'm appreciating gaming, because gaming isn't always about realistic graphics and spending 7 years to make this masterpiece game.
Preach.
But gaming is about what you get out of it, man. I played The Messenger. I just beat The Messenger this morning. You know, there was times, man, and I'm telling you, man, that I got that feeling again like I did back in the day. Man, I'm not playing this game, man. I'm, you know, I got tired of trying to do the clues and trying to figure out, bro, I'll just shut the Xbox down and I wouldn't even play no game. Look, there's hundreds and hundreds of games on my Xbox, right? I wouldn't even go and play another game because I'm so fixated on the Messenger and I'm trying to figure it out. So I would just stop playing. There was times where I wouldn't even play it for like 2 days. I just wanted to get a break from it because it was making me mad. The reason why I was making me mad is that old challenging aspect. The game challenged me. Now watch this. I got games right now that are made right now or current with better graphics that don't even challenge me. So it's not, you know, sometimes I look for challenges. And if they don't come, I had to
do that with Plague Tale and Innocence, man. The same thing. Plague Tale and Innocence drove me crazy, yo. At certain points, I got stuck at. You know what I'm saying? And I told you about the end. It took me like 20 tries to beat that dude at the end. But the accomplishment is the payoff. Right.
You know, you know, The Messenger is that ninja game that did not come to Xbox at first. It was on, I guess it went to PC Switch. It was on then PC. PC Switch and then PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It's a old retro style homage game to Ninja Gaiden. So I immediately had to play it, and I had been looking to play for it, but when I found out it wasn't on Xbox yet, of course I had to wait. But the wait was worth it. You know, I beat it. I had to commemorate it. But it's just at this point, man. At this point, I'm validated as far as an Xbox fan.
Yes, sir.
Everything that I wanted Xbox to do for me, it took time, but I understood it. Yeah, I was upset, man. I just like the next true Xbox fan. Yeah, I wanted exclusives. Yeah, I wanted those games, but I understood. Man, if I could understand this, it takes 3 to 5 years to make great blockbuster games, AAA games for for a platform. Then of course I could understand that it's going to take at least three to four, maybe 5, at least the same period to do more. Look, Phil and them had to do more. They wasn't just making games. They didn't have development teams out there just making. Man, they were putting plans together.
Yeah,
this stuff doesn't just happen overnight. Rome wasn't built in 3 days. You gotta give it time. So the time and the patience that we endured, you had to hold on. You had to hold Phil accountable, right? When he told us, I know I have to get through this, y'all, but when we get through this, I'm gonna make it worth it. We had to hold him accountable. And man, did he show and prove. He showed and proved along with the rest of the Xbox team. They all showed and proved. Every last one of them did. And now, and now the game stage has been changed. The only one that could do that is Microsoft. They have the bigger bank. When you have the bigger bank, the money influences. Money is the power. Yo, it's money, power, then you get the respect.
There you go.
It's money, power, respect. They had to build it with money. They had to get the money up to change how they wanted to do it and move the industry. Go ahead, General.
Right. But New Legal, check this out, just real quick. We're the only place. We're the only platform. You can go into Game Pass. All the Kingdom Hearts are available. All you know what I'm saying? Very soon, all the Final Fantasies, done with, you know what I'm saying, with 4K graphics and up-res textures are going to be available, right? It's the deals that Phil made. Dragon Quest is finally coming to Xbox, yo.
Right.
That was big for people that love JRPGs, right? He made sure that Bajan Wonderworld, the done by Square Enix, he made sure that game came to Xbox, right? I was listening to something where the person said that Phil Spencer, he loves JRPGs and Japanese games, and it would hurt him to his core when he would see this game goes to PlayStation, or this game goes to Nintendo, or this game goes to PC, but Xbox is forgotten. That's why he took all those trips to repair those relationships that Don Matrix and Terry Myers destroyed, right? So basically, Phil, his work is starting to show. Like, if you watch that conference, New Legal, we got mad exclusives coming. Mad exclusives.
Right.
So continue. I just wanted to chime in.
No, you're good. And man, the whole aspect and the whole model that I've been saying, you don't have to be. Listen, man, we're here because we know what we're about, man. We're confident Xbox gamers, man. We're not scared, man. We know what we're saying is impactful. We know what we're saying. The research is there. We're not just here, man, because we just feel like, hey, man, it's another spot to fill in. Nah, man, we really love doing what we're doing here. And we really love seeing y'all. This was my vision right here, to interact. I didn't need a galactic image about myself and all this beautiful stuff around me, man. You want to know what the beautiful stuff around me is about? Look down at them comments right there.
Yes, sir.
I've been saying that since day one. It is not going to be about me, man. It's these comments down here that keep me excited to keep doing what I'm doing, man. This stuff is fun to me, man. Because look,
the fans, baby.
I'm sitting here interacting with people that we can't sit on a porch or at nighttime, man, chilling, talking about gaming. So I come here because this right here is the digital personification of the New Legal, what he used to do back in the days with my gamer friends. We used to sit back before we had the internet and social media and just talk.
Yep.
Why you think I told y'all that it was the people with these gaming businesses that did this for me? People that work for businesses, people that your mom and pop stores.
Yep.
That reached out to me because I spent time with them there. This is not fake to me, man. And when I look at what Game Pass is doing, I told this model soon, very, very soon, wherever you see gaming, you're going to have to mention who. How many times have I been saying that, people?
And Xbox.
How many times have I been saying that? You're going to have to mention Xbox. Y'all thought I was playing, but I seen it. Because when you're a student of the game, you follow. You know, listen, I say keywords like this. I invest in Xbox. I invest in the games. I invest in the platforms that it brings to me. I got time invested. So hell yeah. When they tell me my back compatible games are coming, I'm excited. Because I'm thinking that's logical, right? Why not bring what I paid into your services, into your brand? Why the hell would I be penalized? Bring everything with me. It's gaming. When they say that kind of stuff, it only secures my thoughts about the Xbox platform, that it is a true gaming platform. You mentioned Tetris, right?
Yep.
You mentioned Tetris. I don't, at this point, General, while I'm rubbing my head, fam, at this point, I feel like I don't even want to explain the impact of Tetris, man.
Tetris
because
is a worldwide dominant franchise.
Famo, everybody knows Tetris blew the hell up like no other on that Game Boy. I remember when Game Boy came out with Tetris, man, and it was game over. Tetris, right? Tetris is one of those unique games. Yeah, it's not astronomical. Gonna blow your mind out with it's not. It's the graphics and all this fabulous environmental aspects in the background. Look at all these details. That's not Tetris. Tetris has never been like that. Go back to what Sega Man 101 said about Pac-Man. I can go into round one arcade dungeon in my mall, and I can count. I can tell you I can count about 5 Pac-Man machines up in there, or maybe more. Pac-Man is timeless. Pac-Man is the mascot for gaming. You don't have game, and you don't have Pac-Man. Pac-Man's in there, and you know what? It's in there. That lets you know that people still playing old Pac-Man. You know why people still playing old Pac-Man? Because Pac-Man has a way of bringing you together with people. Pac-Man has a way of putting you in a household and y'all have fun, unbelievable fun. You know why Mario is still here? Because Mario has that magic that can bring families together and have fun. You want to know why Sonic is still here? Because Sonic has that magic that can bring families in. Is the essence of gaming. Community. When you have Pong, there is no Pong without player 2. There is no Pong without player 2. Pong expanded once player 2 came. Gaming catapulted off once player 2 came. Because without player 2, you didn't have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that made player 4. You couldn't get to player 4 without player 2. Who's the most famous player 2 character ever? Luigi. Luigi. And also, Luigi is the mascot for player 2.
Exactly. And also, really the first 2D side scroller is Pitfall. Made by
Pitfall, bro.
Right. Pitfall was really the first 2D side scroller, you know what I mean? And that also birthed other games, Jungle King in the arcade, but it was called Jungle Hunt on Atari 2600, right? So many games, you know, they became iconic in how, they were made, that people were inspired by the formula and they went and did something else. As instance, Donkey Kong, made by Nintendo, inspired to make a Popeye game, right? Popeye is nothing but a spin-off of Donkey Kong. But yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Look at the inspirations, man. Look at the inspirations. And, look, man, you see everybody throughout history that was trying to change the game. You see Nintendo and then way back with Virtual Boy. They were just trying to change the game. just trying to be innovative. You know what? These developers, and let's give them some props. They get bored doing the same stuff over and over again. They want to challenge themselves.
Yo, preach, man. Yep. Yeah, you're right.
They want to challenge themselves. They want to see where they can take it. Because I'm gonna keep saying this. I have seen and witnessed and experienced augmented reality. Halo. I have done that.
Yeah.
Blows my mind away every single time I think about that experience. It's the first time ever as a gamer where I was inside of a video game as a human being and was like, you got to be kidding me right now. You literally got to be kidding me right now that I'm a video game character, but I'm real. I'm shooting this dude across from me and I'm killing him, but he's alive. He comes back. I'm busting down this door. I'm shooting through these blocks. Dude, I'm serious. Like the gaming is more than just the console. So I hear it.
Yes, sir.
When I hear the Xbox team say, listen, we're not here to trap you onto just the console. The gaming has never, look, man, gaming didn't originate on console. So how can gaming be trapped in console? How can gaming on a console be the only place you game when it's never been like that? It's never been like that. So Microsoft just said this. Why should we trap Xbox just to a console when at first we was Windows PC gaming? Well, listen, before we can take care of Xbox, see, before you can start blabbing about another house, you got to take care of your house first.
Yes, sir.
Windows PC gaming was their house first. They went back, cleaned it up. They started building platform for it, got it back up in there, made some changes. Said, you know what? Listen, we'll even advocate for Steam because we figured, hey, 96% of the Steam players use our Windows to play the games on. So listen, why do we penalize them if they want to stay over there on Steam? Let them, because we're the ones that abandoned them.
Exactly.
Why are we going to get our chests out now against them when we abandoned them? We're going to take care of them over there on Steam, but yet we're going to also keep the Windows Store open on Windows 10. So if they want to use Windows 10 markets, the store over here, they can do it. They can also do that. And so with that, they started combining the OS, the operating system. And when they changed that operating system from Windows 8 to Windows 10, and the Xbox One actually became a Windows 10 operating console, that's what it became. It became a Windows 10 operating console. And when that happened, you can no longer separate the console from the PC because they are both using the same operating system. Matter of fact, they both use the same store, Microsoft Store. The only difference is you don't buy PC games off your console, and you don't buy console games. Right. It's a different type of environment. So when when Game Pass came, they kept that same momentum, didn't they? They kept that same momentum. They said, look, if you want to stay over there on your PC, we're going to make Game Pass PC for you. And we're going to give it a little special feel for you. So every now and then there's going to be special games that come just to you because you want to stay over there.
Flight Simulator. Yep, it's coming first. Yep.
Right. If you want to be an Xbox gamer, okay, we're going to have Game Pass for you too. But the Game Pass for you is going to be the whole entire Xbox experience. Why? Because you've been here the longest dealing with the brand, right? So when you look at Game Pass, it says Game Pass, but Game Pass is really Xbox. Yep. Game Pass is just Xbox. Like my man General was saying, it's Xbox. It's a platform of gaming. That's why it says now Xbox Game Studios. Xbox has its studio. It's that easy. Xbox has its studios. Okay. Now, when you think of that, when you look at the big bank, when you look at Game Changers, I remember when I walked up to Blockbuster and the employees there had their head down. I told y'all about this story, man. What's going on? Man, there's this thing called Netflix, man. And I'm telling you, Netflix, you're gonna hear about it. But we're getting the word from our managers and stuff that we may not be around. What? I'm like, nah, bro, come on, what? He was like, nah, man. It looks like I'm telling you, when this thing hits, he says, listen, this is how bad it is. They're putting movies up on their services, hundreds of movies on their services, and they're only charging people $4.99 a month. I said, what?
Wow.
Yeah. This is what he said. How are we going to compete with that? Now look, General, it goes back to what we were saying, that old way of thinking, y'all. And I want everybody in this party right here, in this home chat, to listen to me carefully. You got to stop catering to the stupidity. It's no longer ignorance, people, because we got so many examples of this.
Talk about it.
It's straight up stupidity. So if you're vouching this stupidity simply because you don't want people like me and the General to shine, you failed, because me and the General are already shining what we're doing right now. We have met our expectations. So anything that we do more now is just a bonus. But what I'm doing with y'all right now, that was me and General's goal from the get-go. We wanted to get to this point right here where we could talk to you guys and interact with you guys. So in our eyes, we've already won now. You go and find anybody now from a Blockbuster store. Go to a Blockbuster store and ask that employee, hey, can I buy 100 movies for $4.99?
Yo, that's actually brilliant the way you
put it up. Add $4 more to it. Let's go to $8.99. Ask them for 100 movies for $8.99. Let's add $4 more to that. $12.99. Now you get what I'm saying? When does that actually make sense? It almost makes sense when you get to like 100 movies per dollar. A movie a dollar. That's why you have the red box right now. You have that. Rent a movie for $1. That's the only time it makes sense. Because now it's just $1. But even at that point, you're not getting that 100 up front. You would still have to pay $100 to get 100 movies, people. Think about that. That's unbeatable. And what Netflix did, it changed the whole way we look at movies. Enjoying them. Because you can't go to Walmart and still do that. Right now, you go to Walmart and buy a Blu-ray. Look how much it's going to cost. I remember when Blu-rays cost $30-something, man. Do you know why they went down? Because people stopped. They was like, man, I'm not paying $30-something for this experience when I could just get it on DVD.
That's why the
laser TV. That's good enough for me.
That's why the laser disc went away. That's why the laser disc went away. The VHS tape went away, man. It's evolution. Yeah.
Fact. Blu-ray was getting smart. Remember, there for a minute, they kept fighting. They was like, okay, we give you the digital copy, the regular copy, and the Blu-ray copy all bundled up for $24.99. And when that didn't work, now it had to keep dropping. It dropped $10 more, and people was like, well, you know what? For $12 to $14 for a Blu-ray experience, especially a 4K experience, all right, I'm not mad. I'm getting it. You know what I'm saying? Or you could just keep waiting, and they'll get down like $7 or $8, and you got an experience of a lifetime. But you still cannot beat the streaming service because you still only bought one movie to do that. Imagine when more and more of these movies become 4K, which they are. Now you're going to have hundreds of 4K movies at your expense for $12.99 or $8.99. You can't beat that. So that's why Game Pass Ultimate, when you look at Game Pass Ultimate and they are $14.95, the reason they know they can go up to $14.95 is because you still can't beat that. Look, we're giving you over 100 games for $14.95, right? Not only that, but the games that you buy that come with the DLCs, at Game Pass Ultimate, you don't buy the DLC content. It's yours. You automatically save $24 right off the top. So by not paying for your DLCs, you've already paid for next month of a service. You just paid for it by not paying for the DLC. Now, you got these people who still think they have to buy physical copies in order to support the devs.
I mean, they're collectors. They're collectors. I'm not mad at them.
Not that.
Okay.
Don't jump the gun.
Okay.
I'm talking about the mindset.
Oh,
not the fact that you collect. If you want to make shelves and shelves and shelves and shelves and shelves and put all your video games in a bunker, doesn't bother me.
Right.
The mindset that you think you're helping the devs more by doing that is my point. That you don't go digital, that's your point. Now that's when your cuckoo's not ticking right.
Good point. Good point.
Anytime that you download a game on Game Pass, you're helping the dev. And let's use the Oxenfree developer once again.
Yep.
I don't think any indie dev has came out and gave props to the physical copies that was sold for it when it came out. I don't think we ever see indie games in the top 10 list of the charts. I don't think we've ever seen them.
No.
But for some reason, you know why they can come out and talk highly about the digital praise? Because their budget is real low. So when you have a developer saying, man, my game came out and the sales were okay, you know, for me as an indie developer. But when I put it on Game Pass and it grew 5 times more on Game Pass. 5 times more. Okay, drug dealer analysis. Here we go. So all y'all that don't think 5 times is a big deal. Okay. You got $5. 5 times what? 5 times 5 made what?
25.
All right. You got $25. Times that by 5. Now you're in the hundreds. You get to the hundreds, you times that by 5. You're in the 500s. And as you keep going, once you hit that next 5, now y'all ain't hearing me. See, y'all looking at it as I went 1 and 2 and 3, right? So I'm only at the 3rd point. We went from $25, that was the first.
Yep.
Then we went to 100, that's the second.
Yep.
Then we went to the 500s, that's the 3rd. I got 2 more times to hustle, fam. I got 2 more upgrades to hit 5. Now imagine, General, right there. Once I hit that next one, I'm in the G category. And then when I hit the next one, I'm in the 100G category.
Oh,
now,
that's big money.
100G category for indie dev, you going gold as an indie in your pockets as an indie. Man, that's cash rules everything around me.
Dollar bill.
I don't even want to come out of Game Pass now. I'm in here. I'm good. You know, because they're putting my game, they're playing my game, and they're putting my game, they rotate my game, they're talking about my game when it wouldn't have been doing this much movement if it was outside of Game Pass. They know this stuff because that's the way it's been going, y'all. That's what's been going on.
And illegal.
Why do you think right now Ghost of Tsushima is not being really talked about? Even though it hit 2.4 million. Because when you got 15 million PlayStation 4s out there, and all you got is 2.4 million worldwide, I don't think y'all are that ignorant to not figure that out, right?
Exactly.
There's a lot of countries in this world, so you got plenty to chop up of 2.4 million. Chop it up. You can chop it up any way you want. If you want to put 1 million of them consoles in America, you really don't have that much more to spread around, do you? So think about that. Think about that. And we already know that that's the bulk. That first week lineup is the bulk. Those are the day one. That's the most of your buys are right off the top. The second week may equalize it, but if it's really great, it may beat it. That's rare. But you might hold your position the second week. Maybe. It's not a mystery if it does that, because there's some games that can hold for about 2 weeks. But after that second week, usually games go bye-bye. And think about it, y'all. When I'm talking about significant value, this is the PlayStation 4's hurrah fiasco. The game that was considered the best game of its generation was The Last of Us. That's really what they had to offer on their table. Think about it. I want that to sink in. The Last of Us. The Last of Us. It defined the PlayStation existence. The Last of Us. And y'all, listen, I'm not here to judge experiences, man. I really ain't. Well, I'll rub on my head. I'm serious, y'all, when I say this. The Last of Us defines a PlayStation experience. It defines it, okay? That's their masterpiece of masterpieces. They already did that. That's their game of the decade.
True.
Then you get Last of Us 2, and you can't even have a decent user score. Do you know how embarrassing that is? Can you imagine? Can you imagine Halo Infinite dropping and only doing now listen to me, y'all. Can you imagine Halo Infinite dropping and only do 4.7 million in a 4-day span, and then by the next week, sales of over 80% drop? A drop of 80% in sales. 80%. And we're talking worldwide. 4.7 worldwide was great. That's not bad.
Right. 3 days.
That's not bad.
3 days. Yeah, 3 days.
Because I exposed that. I said, man, that's 575,000 copies a day it was moving. Nobody's gonna say 575,000 a day is a bad thing. You're purely hating if you say something like that. But I also said this, and listen, man, I made people mad. Listen, you're gonna make people mad. But when you know what you know, and when you do your research, when you know what you know, that's the last thing you're worrying about, is making somebody mad. Okay? I told them at 575, right? That's a high peak. I give it next week, and let's see what happens. I guarantee you this game is dropping next week, because it looks like that's all they can muster. Now watch this, y'all. I want to show y'all something. That 4.7 million, that means 111 million people. Yeah, nah, I don't care about that game, right?
Yep, exactly.
But the 4.7 million out of 115 million are the hardcore gamers. I don't know if y'all. I don't know if that hit y'all yet. If it went over y'all's head.
But see, that's my argument. That's my argument for Spider-Man. That's my argument for Spider-Man.
Right. Watch this, General.
Yep.
4.7 million day one hardcore fans came out to showcase for their PlayStation brand.
That was all pre-orders. You know that. Pre-orders. Yeah.
Right. Let me tell y'all something. Keep that in mind when the Halo Infinite comes out. And I don't even care about where it's going to go on other platforms. Let's just keep it right between Xbox One and Xbox Series X. Because listen, it's not our fault that our company pushed out another console. But we have to keep it fair, and let's say, listen, it's still got to be marginalized between the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X. You can't bring PC, let's keep it fair. I guarantee you, and you hear it here on Di-RRec Gaming about the new legal. 4.7, that ain't finna happen not in our community.
Nah,
when
man.
I tell you this game is gonna be galactic, I'm telling y'all right now, Halo Infinite, man, you're looking at, that's gonna be our $10 million game. Yeah. It's gonna be our $10 million game. And it's easy gonna do that. Like, as we're going into Christmas, the Xbox Series X, based on its price, the Lockhart based on its price, plus the Xbox Ones that are out there, you can hang it up. It's really done with. And that's the masterpiece of why you think Microsoft knows exactly what they're doing now that they're changing the game. You can't compete when you put your baby on Game Pass. It's a service.
It's going to get more ugly. It's going to get more ugly. It's going to get more ugly when Fable
comes out. You want to know why that's beating everything, y'all? Do you want to really know why Game Pass has shaken up the entire industries? And notice I said industries. Because let me compare it to the movie industry right now. Even right now, as you sit at your house and you don't want to go see the first movie that comes out, right? It's the blockbuster movie. It comes out. It stays at the theaters for 3 to 4 weeks, right? And then it circulates through the stores or whatever after a month or so, you know. And then you're able to pick it up, or you know, if you have a Fire Stick or whatever, you get it later on down the road. Not on Game Pass. Game Pass, you get the game right then and there. That's like, let me compare this, General. Look at this, General. That's like a movie coming out. Let's say, come on, man, the Black Panther 2, right?
Right. Black Panther 2.
Black Panther 2. The day it comes out, you can sit at your house and order that movie and watch it. That's Game Pass. The day it comes out. Now you tell me what other company is doing that. Netflix ain't even doing that unless it's a Netflix. Well, you know what? Netflix is doing that. You're right. Netflix does that, but it's their movie. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Netflix changed the game. They had to say, you know what? We know that the industry isn't going to accept this. So we have to believe that this is going to work. Then when they made their platform and they did that, they changed it up after they made enough money. See, they had to get that money first. When they got that money built up, that power came. They jacked the price up about $2-3 more. That power came. They said, yeah, we got just what we need to do. So now all Netflix series movies premiere on Netflix. Boom. Every last one of them, boom. You got The Witcher coming out, boom. Just when Disney Plus came out, y'all tapped me, remember? Yeah. I said, listen, man, that's all beautiful, but I'm not here to watch Duckwing Duck. I'm not here to watch DuckTales. I'm definitely not paying $10. I know, boy. Look. I know. Me and General was going after General. I'm not paying $10 a month to watch Rescue Rangers, fam. You know what I'm saying?
You watched it when you was a kid. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. But you know, but the nostalgia was there. And those good old classic Disney cartoons were there, right? And it brought the memories back. Disney holds strong in it, but then what did Disney do? They knew there was people out there like me, so they made power moves. Okay, we throwing all the Star Wars movies out there. Boom.
Yeah, they made Mandalorian, Marvel,
the Mandalorian. Yep. Right. And when they did all of that, they looked worth it, right? Yeah. And they did. I bought it. I got it. And I started watching the Mandalorian. Great series, right? Because you couldn't watch Mandalorian anywhere else. And then watch this, y'all. Right when Disney does that, Netflix comes around and says, hey, Castlevania 2 series is coming. And then they say, The Witcher is coming to Netflix.
TV series.
When they did that, I said, this is exactly the differences between Netflix and anybody else. You just cannot compete when you get independent directors and people with newer ideas to come to your brand, to come to your platform and create. That's what I saw.
I see where you're going.
Right. That's exactly what I saw when I was watching the new Xbox event, y'all. I saw new mindsets. I saw new people. I was like, yo, they were young people. Yeah. Man, Xbox has recycled its platform. They got new recognizable energy in the building, y'all, to go 15 years.
And can we give Microsoft
beauty that you felt with the OG Xbox all the way up for 13 years?
And can we give Microsoft
some props to do that 360 experience was love, wasn't it, y'all? Don't forget that love.
And
We're
give
about
Microsoft
to go right back to that.
Give Microsoft props. You had 3 games in that conference starring African American characters, man. Let's not overlook that. State of Decay 3, The Gunk, and As Dusk Falls. 3, and they were all female. So you see what type of company Microsoft is about: representation and diversity. But go ahead.
We're gonna keep this one up right here from Shizno Elite. We're gonna let his linger right there for a minute. We're gonna let his linger right there for a minute as we keep talking. We're just gonna let it linger there for a minute. Let that right there breathe. Let that one breathe right there.
Let it breathe.
You know what I'm saying? That's the streets talking. That's the streets talking. And this is what's important to me, y'all. Yep. Let me tell y'all something, man. I'm not a young buck. I'm an OG I'm a young OG in these gaming streets, okay?
We
I'm an
both are.
original gentleman. I'm an original gamer. I'm
Yep.
an original gamer with some roots in these streets.
Yep.
I can go back a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't old, man. By far, I'm not old. I'll put it to you on some gears, man, like the best of them youngins. Matter of fact, I'll change some of them youngins' diapers for you.
Woo!
If you think I ain't got what it takes. If you think I don't, I'll go pick up the phone right now and call my wolves, and we'll assemble like the Avengers and come up on Gears and have a Gears night, and we can show you what we're about.
Like Voltron.
I ain't no young whippersnapper. You feel what I'm saying? Hell yeah, I form like Voltron with the quickness, fam. You know, so I mean, but it baffles me because the more and more I'm doing this,
yep,
the more and more I start to see, General, the patty whacking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm struggling right now, y'all. Even where I'm at right now, y'all, I'm struggling to look forward and be like, am I gonna be forced to change too in order to be accepted? Am I gonna have to change who I am to be accepted? Am I gonna have to do a little this and to put? Hey, y'all, look, feel me? I'm talking to my Xbox community right now. I want y'all to hear the new legal real clear. This is what separates me and the general, bro. I love this dude over here, man, because this dude was saying this stuff to me by phone, and I used to bug out on him like, yo, man, damn, bro, you tripping, man. Why are you thinking like that? But it wasn't until I got my own platform, I see exactly what he's saying. And then y'all feel me, because I'm gonna bring all this to light. There's only a few people who can't fit in because they already stand out. I can name you one right now, David Chappelle. They couldn't put a dress on my dude. Now, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do these little dances, so to speak.
Yep.
I'm not a servant dude that's gonna bring you tea while you're reading your newspaper. And this ain't what I'm saying right here, y'all. This isn't no racial thing. This is just period. All right? This is just period. I'm not gonna bring you your tea while you're reading your newspaper, then while I'm walking off, because you gotta know the movies I'm talking about when you say this. Then when I'm walking off, you tell me, hey, do the little dance, do your little dance for me. I like your little dance, dog. That I'm not putting on no dresses, y'all. I'm not putting on no wigs. I'm not putting on no makeup, okay? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I'm not changing because I'm an Xbox fan. And I don't care if I don't get the recognition by YouTubers, and bro, that's not what I came here for. I came here to have fun with the Xbox community that I see on my Xbox. Man, I literally took the Xbox community and now just put it into real time, like I've always done with everything else. I told y'all what made me love Xbox Live so much, because Xbox Live reminded me of the arcades. Did I not say that?
Yes, sir.
It's like a virtual arcade dungeon to me, where when I was in the arcades, I cracked up, because the arcades to me are like the kid clubs. I couldn't go to the clubs when we were kids. We couldn't go to the clubs. You know, there's no alcohol there. There's no smoking up in there. You just go up in there, man, and you see all age groups. It's the one place where you can see all age groups. Everybody's welcome in a dungeon. There's never been an arcade dungeon where it limits your age. You can be a baby, can't even play a game, and they stroll you right up in there. You'll be in a stroller, sitting there just looking around, listening to all them arcade machines. Nobody's gonna tell you that you can't come up in no arcade machine by age, by person, whoever you are. When I saw that, I said, there's nothing like gaming to me, man. You're not judged by who you are. You come in here, the only thing you judged by is if you can't beat these games. The arcade machines judge you, and that's it. Or your pockets. You don't have enough quarters to play these games. That's it. That's your judgment. And man, when I look down here and I see all these gamers down here, General, coming out to see me and you, my man.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you right now, there's not a better feeling to me because they accept who I am. They accept who I am. You can't come to Di-RRec Gaming as much as we rep Xbox and come here and sit here and talk and listen to us yap for over an hour and stay right here if you don't like us. I'm telling y'all right now, we ain't forgetting none of this stuff, man.
Nope.
Me and the General, we talk about y'all all the time. As a matter of fact, it's the reason why we doing the show, because the General couldn't shut up about y'all.
We love y'all.
This dude has so much confidence in y'all, man. Yeah. He feels that there's some changes about to happen. Yep. And he believes that y'all are gonna open up your eyes real soon. You're gonna see the ones that done put on these dresses. All you gotta do is look, man. They use the Xbox brand for propaganda.
Switch up. They always switch up. And you know what I'm talking about.
Man, and I'm tired of seeing it. Like, yo, it's not even an age thing. I'm not even gonna diss anybody.
No. It's the principle. It's the principle, man.
It's just, yo. Look, man, I go to work every day. I take care of my family, man. I find time to come in here and do a show with my man, the General, because it's fun to me. I'm not fixing to change that for nobody.
Nah.
I've been saying this from day one. Di-RRec Gaming is only going to go as far as the Xbox community wants it to go.
Exactly.
Let me tell y'all right now. The day the new legal switch up, don't pay no more attention to me, man. Let my channel die.
There you go.
You heard it right here. Yep. I won't switch up. If I gotta switch up, Di-RRec Gaming's got to come off the air, man. It cannot exist anymore.
Because it's tainted. It's tainted then. Yep.
It's true. Right. I can't do that, man. I've never been like that. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I've never been like that. And I'm not gonna be. So I just want to say, I know, listen, you guys right there, man, is the reason I'm doing this. I'm telling y'all, like, when I hear General Johnson go at it, man, when I hear him pulling from the gut, this dude's pulling from the gut, y'all. It's unbelievable. I never thought I could find somebody to match my energy, man, because I know I wild out. I know I'm wild. But, man, finding somebody like him, and to be honest, I didn't even find him. He came to me. Yo, General was like, yo, man, I got stuff I want to say, man, and it's a lot. Can I come up on your show, man, and just talk about some stuff? Man, at first, I didn't even take the dude seriously, man. But then I started seeing how this dude was so passionate. I said, well, man, let's make a show with you. Press start in credits. He came up with that idea. Yo, press start in credits. It goes right back to what my man Shizno Elite just said. There's a lot of frauds that don't play or buy as many games as they claim, and that's exactly what press start in credits meant. Look at that. Look at that, General. Yep. Look at that right there. You said it. You said they're going to know that I play and I beat these games.
He's right. He's absolutely right.
Press start and end credits. If you're not press start and end credits, we don't want to talk to you.
If you're not watching the ending of your campaigns, if you're not watching the ending of your campaigns, you can't box with God. Don't talk to us, man. Straight up. If you haven't fought the last boss and then you're trying to do a review or your first impressions, get up out of here, bro. No, you need to beat your games, man. The whole campaign.
What's happening, Jerry Petty? What's good, man?
Jerry Petty, I'm here
to let y'all know, no switching. I'm here to let y'all know, no propaganda. I'm here to let y'all know, no flip-flopping. I'm here to let y'all know, not the same, okay? We don't fit in. We're glad we don't fit in. Because we standing out, man.
Yep.
We ain't fitting in, bro. I'm not here to fit in. I'm not here to fit in, y'all. I'm not here to fit in, man. I'm letting y'all know that right now. So the day I start looking like I fit in, The day I start dancing and putting on dresses, y'all, get me out of the game, man. I don't want to do it no more. If I see that I hit that road, I hit that wall, I'm out. And I'm going to let y'all know either. I'm going to let y'all know before I leave out. Yo, this is the reason I'm leaving out, man. Because they don't respect. You know what cracks me up? It's what I understand about the Xbox community, right? Everybody else in the world can wear their jerseys proudly. Them Nintendo fans, you know, bless their souls. We don't even bring them up in the gaming conversations.
Oh, talk about it.
They've been exiled from real so-called real gaming that we don't even bring them up.
The Zelda
you know what's
hat,
so funny?
The Zelda hat, the Pokemon shirt.
Man.
Yo, the Luigi mustaches. Yo, you right. You right.
Going over 100 million strong around the world trying to look for Pokemon balls.
Animal Crossing t-shirts, wristbands, all that, bro. You right. Yep.
Facts. You hear me?
Yep.
Sit up there and the world embraces them. Look at them dudes go. Look at them. Look at those girls and guys go. Look at that. Ah, the Nintendo fans.
Exactly.
Sony fans come.
Yep.
They so damn stupid. Bless them too. They about the dumbest gamers in society with their community. Not all of them are dumb, but their community is dumb.
Toxic,
to the point they so dumb and toxic, the media has to help them out. The media has to make it seem like, and you know why the media does that? Because of them console sales. Exactly. The media plays into who's pop. Now watch how the media is gonna flip flop, y'all. The media puts on dresses all the time, all generations.
All the time. Clown noses, everything. Yep.
Right. So what do you think's about to happen when the Xbox Series is out all these games? See, Game Pass is slapping them hard right now. They don't really want to talk about Game Pass, but they're going to be forced to talk about it. They're going to bow down to it because nobody else got it. Nobody else can afford. See, while everybody, the dummies are talking about how cheap Game Pass is, listen to the new legal real quick. But how cheap it is, nobody else can afford it. Because you got to understand how this works. How Game Pass works. If you got a small bank, you can't afford Game Pass. Because Game Pass is taking care of people. It ain't just there as a service. It's actually feeding devs, feeding people, man, paying their bills.
Yep.
You all get what I'm saying?
So totally.
They sit up here and they change for them because they have to take care of them. And some of them are them anyway. So they're biased. They're biased. And you wonder why their articles sound just as dumb as that community. I'm saying it, man, because I don't care. Dude, listen to me, man. You can't tell us who's been gaming, who's done seen all the dumb comments, who done seen all the toxicity, that we don't know what we're talking about or we don't know what we're looking at. They've even came up on Twitter and try to front it. IGN and try to front it on us, man. No, we don't do this. We don't do that. They're going to try to front it on you.
Hey, New Legal, check this out. All those that left the 360 and basically went to the PS4, and then they basically they flip-flop. So I got a word for them people. Flip-floppers with cheese. We don't rock with flip-floppers with cheese, man. Yo, we don't switch up. We bleed green. We stay green. We've been here. We've been through good times and bad times. Real Xbox fans love Xbox, and that's what we stand for. There's no switch up, baby. There's no switch up.
We're going to let that one breathe right quick. We ain't going to change this one right now. We're going to keep this one up on the screen. Y'all know who it is. We're going to keep that right there. Yo.
100. Yeah.
You sit here and we see it. We starting to see it. We're starting to speak on it. And I'm told y'all, Sea of Thieves was the game that broke the mold. Sea of Thieves was the game that said, we don't care how much you hate us. We don't care how much you criticize this game. We don't care what your ratings are or your colors. We're going to come out here and y'all are not going to stop us from enjoying the games that Microsoft gives us. Now, whether anybody in Microsoft listens to us at this point, it's not the big deal. Okay? They can choose and pick whoever they want to listen to. That's not our problem. But we're just like y'all down here on the street. We see what's going on. Some people don't like to hear it. And when you start speaking like this, they want to call you a fanboy.
Hey,
Y'all, you know what, man? You know what's funny?
Right with me. That's all right with me.
I've been labeled an extremist.
Yeah. An extremist. Because you love Xbox. Well, I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what, well,
I'm the biggest Xbox fanboy. I wear that.
Look, the reason why he cracks me up every time I see this is because he saw my collection. He saw me in real time on a video one day. I gave everybody a stroll through the crib and pulled out some things. And I said, yeah, I'm a fanboy. If anybody can sit up here and wear that one, I'll wear it. And I'll wear it proudly. Yeah. Because if a fanboy means me, then damn it, that's a good definition. It's a good definition if it means me. I'm good with it. I'm content with it. Bruh. You see what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm from the OG Xbox, yo. You understand? Halo Combat Evolved, yo. Right? Peyton Manning on the front of the cover, inside drive, right? The football game, yo. The green remote, yo. Like, bruh, I'm OG Xbox 360, Xbox One. Yo, being at the mall, 6 in the morning to GameStop open up. Yo, been at the midnight launches with Gears 3 and Gears 2. Gears 3 in Times Square in New York City. It's Xbox for life, and it ain't changing. We don't switch up. So if you left, you can't come back home when Series X blows everything out the water. No,
I know I've been trying to hold my laugh in when this fool starts going. I can't help it, y'all. I can't help it. I try my best not to laugh. I be holding it in. But you know what, General? You right. You are so right, man. It's to the point where do not let your blinders, don't let them put blinders on your eyes, man. What y'all seeing is what y'all seeing. Don't, you better believe it. This is why the changes are happening. Because we saw it, man. We saw the weirdo stuff just last month. There's a lot of weirdo stuff going on. There's ruckus going on in the industry. There's a lot of ruckus. They want to be quiet on it right now because they know they got to make some changes real quick before things come out.
A lot of cowboy vibes right now, man.
This stuff is for real, y'all. Yeah. And at the same time, you know, we've had one thing to keep us together, and that's our gaming experience. That's our platforms where we can talk to each other. But this is what it's about. We're about edifying our community, man. We're about building it up. We ain't about tearing it down. That's another sign of a fake. Fakes gonna tear it down. Now listen, there's a way to be critical, right?
Yeah.
I've told y'all in the past, man, I wish Snap feature was still here. I don't care who didn't use it. I don't care if you didn't use it. Your experience isn't my experience.
You're right.
Snapchat was phenomenal to me.
Yeah, Upload Studio.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry if you couldn't use it like I used it. Right. I'm sorry if you couldn't use it like I used it. To connect. You know.
There you go.
Sometimes I wonder. Microsoft, you're too smart for your own britches sometimes. Because some of the things that Microsoft has done for gaming blows me away. And yet the things that blow me away don't last. I'll be like, how in the hell does these great things don't last? Like, how do we can't push this stuff forward? Why do we let it die? Because the new legal figured it all out. Xbox is such a threatening platform that people will go to the extremes. Now I'm about to throw the extreme back because new legal doesn't do any of this shit. Let me tell y'all what they'll literally go out and buy an Xbox console and never play it.
Woo!
I don't buy no console. I don't give a damn.
Say it again.
They
talking about the people that's fronting?
They will literally go buy an Xbox console so they can say they have one.
Yeah, they take pictures. They take pictures and put it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Yep.
Just to dog it out.
Just to dog it out.
So they can say they have an Xbox.
Yep.
Now, all the time, every time Xbox looks different from PlayStation. That's where the problem and issues come at. Yep. Every single time. And they'll keep trying to make the Xbox look like PlayStation every single time. But let me tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all this, man. If I wanted a PlayStation experience on my Xbox, I just wouldn't buy an Xbox. There's no reason. If I wanted a PlayStation experience on my Xbox, I wouldn't buy an Xbox. Yeah. Because I don't buy an Xbox for a PlayStation experience or a Nintendo experience. I buy Xbox for an Xbox experience. And I know what I'm talking about because there was a time where I would go to the stores and there would be a little bitty box on the cover, on the box cover saying only on Xbox. There used to be days like that. And you knew when you got that game, you knew you was different. Yeah, it was about being different. Again.
They doing it again. Right. It just says optimized for Series X. Yeah.
Facts. Being an Xbox gamer was not fitting in. You didn't fit in being an Xbox gamer.
Nope.
And I hope that Microsoft knows that.
They know.
And they know that this is the reason why we act the way we act. Because we're not trying to fit in because we stand out as gamers.
Yep.
I really hope if they don't hear me, please hear somebody else. But the ones that they going to, they don't speak like us. They don't speak like us. And that's the sad thing. Because gamers did not start on YouTube.
Exactly.
Gamers did not start on social media.
Nope.
Gamers didn't start in the magazine articles, comment section.
Tell them.
Gamers started at home, in their communities, at the arcades, at the stores.
Playing Dungeons and Dragons. Playing Dungeons and Dragons, just like on Stranger Things. Yep.
Facts. Gamers started with something in their hand, moving something on the screen.
Exactly.
And if we don't start going back to respecting the essence of gaming, we're going to go so far that we're not going to start understanding what's actually going on around us. And when that happens, that's when anything and everything can start coming in, sidestepping gaming's essence, and they can start saying anything. That's the problem with what's going on right now. The people, being representative should not matter your sub count.
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter. If you see that there's somebody out there representing your brand, go to them if you see the passion. Tell them the things that they can do better. Don't just leave them out there to dry, man. Because if they saying something real, that's the type of people we need to be talking about this community.
Exactly.
I don't need to put on a dress and conform so that companies feel okay, or you're going to get judged by, you know what, man, I lived in some communities, you know, being a Black American. I've lived in some communities where I've had to turn that corner and go down that street. And there's some people in my neighborhood that may not look like me, may not dress like me, not have the funds like me, but you know what? They're in my hood. Who am I to forget about them and make them feel less important because they are around us? I turn that corner, you go down there, and you don't worry about who's looking at you and wondering why you around them. Your only question should be, well, damn, if you're worrying about why I'm down here with them, why don't you bring your ass on down here with me and figure out what I'm doing right here? Woo. Instead of looking at me from afar. Woo. Why don't you really get to know us? Because there's a lot of us out here that are really just some good people. What you see is just our rebellious action, our passion. We feel like we're not, things ain't getting represented right. And we know. See, it's not like we don't know. The reason why people are coming out talking and they may not be as popular, because nobody wants to hear the truth, man.
Nah.
Nobody wants to hear the truth. Come on, man. Nobody wants to be exposed.
The lie is more entertaining than the truth. That's the world we live in, bro.
Facts.
Yep.
So if we can dance, put on a clown suit, put on some dresses, put some makeup on, and I can cater to you, listen, let me tell y'all this right now. Di-RRec Gaming isn't catering to no suckers and no fakes and no lames, man. It ain't happening. The day I start doing that, gotta go. Straight out of nowhere, man. This dude came out of nowhere. Came right off Facebook, man. Like, well, who the hell are you? We met like that. The hell are you, man? We battled each other every single day. Topics. But I have to give it to this. I have to give it to this dude because he saw this, and I didn't even see this coming. He saw this age coming. He told me. He saw this coming, and man, I hit him up one day. And he was like, I never thought I would hear from the new legal that he's saying he lost an argument. I had to tell the dude, I lost this argument, bro. Like, I never saw that this was going to happen, and now we here. This is crazy, y'all. You are in a beautiful time. You don't get a lot of times to live through stuff like this when things start changing.
Oh, yeah, transition.
And the coronavirus is helping it.
It is.
The coronavirus is helping it change. They're embracing this because now they are seeing that they can truly not need this, not need that. Well, we thought we might have needed this. We don't even need that. Yep. Now things are getting more simpler, but they're getting better. Things are getting simpler. Look, parents are taking up time with their children. Yep. They're playing video games when parents thought all we do is play these video games. They always up in there, get outside and play. That's cool. But then the parents are starting to come home and take up time with their children. Well, what are you playing when they didn't have time? Because before the coronavirus, everything was fast paced. Mom, I'm playing Fortnite, you know? And they get in there, what you doing? You good. Mom, come over here. Dad, come over and play with me. They get in there and now they're having Fortnite nights as family. It's crazy. You know, gaming has never been a bad thing. We cannot allow it to become a bad thing. Let the industry do what they do. But for Xbox community, I'm here to tell you, stay strong, keep defending, keep your voice up. And we on Di-RRec Gaming, man. We hear y'all loud and clear.
Yes,
we're gonna speak this Xbox language. We're gonna speak this Xbox language. We're not gonna change.
Yes,
That's all I gotta say for today. Joe Johnson closes out, man.
So I'm gonna say this, and I want you to understand this. When you got that Xbox t-shirt, wear it proud. When you got that Xbox headband, wear it proud, right? When you got your Xbox jacket or your Xbox hoodie, wear it proud. And let me say this for all the flip-floppers with cheese. Fable, exclusive. The Gunk, exclusive. As Dust Falls, exclusive, right? Forza Motorsport, exclusive. A Vow, made by Obsidian Entertainment, RPG, exclusive. You said we ain't have no exclusives. So stop begging for our games, punk. Xbox, you rock and you don't stop. Yeah.
To everybody that came out with us today, man, thanks a whole lot. We appreciate you. General Johnson, you did your thing, man. Thanks for hitting me up, asking me to let's go. We here, my brother. We here. And we're going to be here for a minute. We're going to be here for a minute, man. Thanks to everybody that shows up. Shout outs to the Xbox community. Shout out to the Twitter team. Shout out to the Facebook teams out there. Shout out to the Instagram teams. Everybody out there, man. If you're a real gamer and you stop by, shout outs to you as well. Thanks everybody that supports the channel, man. This is Di-RRec Gaming. It's your boy, the new legal in the building with my man, General Johnson. And you guys, we will see soon. And always, 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 always remember one key thing. Chase for the one-up and keep it gaming. We out of here.
Xbox for life.
And you don't stop.
Yeah.